Welcome back everyone, welcome back to Mr. M on Motors, and today I have the privilege of reviewing this car. It's the Mini Electric, the 3-door hatch.
And first of all, I would just like to say a big thank you to Cooper Redding Mini for lending me this car for the day, and details of the dealership will be in the description box below.
So let's start with some numbers then. So the car starts at 25,100, going up to 31,100. You got 3 trim levels, level 1, level 2 and level 3. An automatic transmission powered by an electric motor, which has 184 brake horsepower and 270 newton meters of torque. 0 to 62, 7.2. So it is very quick, almost as quick as the S. And then top speed then of 93 miles per hour. In terms of range, so you can expect to get from between 140 to 145. And in terms of luggage space, 211 litres, with the seats folded 731 litres. No CO2 because it's electric, so you ain't got to worry about emissions or any of that stuff. And that also then qualifies you for 0 road tax, which is really nice, which really nice indeed. And so you can charge the car via a public rapid charger, which brings a 0 to 80% charge 30 minutes, with a normal public charger 2 hours 30. Home charger with a wall charger installed, 3 hours 12 minutes. So the charging time will vary depending on where you charge, and the wall box starts from about 599, so you can get one installed 599. In terms of how much will it cost to charge the car, so full charge on the Mini website is roughly about £5.31, and that works out roughly about 4 pence per mile, which is really amazing actually. So in terms of exterior features as standard then, well, you'd be glad to know that you get LED standard headlights, and my favourite, the Union Jack LED lights at the back as well. In terms of colours, well, you can choose between solid paint and metallic exterior colours. I personally love this one here. This is a lovely metallic green that you get with this level 2 that we've got here. You get the choice then of these 17-inch wheels, the tentacle spoke rims on the level 2. Tentacle spoke rings on the level 2. Other features are standards. You get the Mini E badging. You get this tailgate handle in this lovely rigorous grey badging. Then we're going to have a look at the boot and see what space you get. So as the specs say, you get 211 litres. Let's just lift out. Done. What I love about this car, what I love about the Mini, is that they've always kept the load height, sorry, very low, and so it's easy to get stuff in and out. So 211 litres looks like that. That's a laptop bag, just to give you an idea of, you know, what we're looking at in terms of dimensions. Okay. And then over here, there is, tucked away, there's a 12-volt socket. You've got your light, you've got some tethering points at the side there as well. It becomes over 700 litres then when you fold the back seats down. As you can see, I've got part of it there, just folded down. but it's almost like an 80-20 split, which is really good. You get the flexibility. You know, if you just want that down, or you can have that and vice versa, or all of it down. And then there's an interior shot. A minute. Here are all the cables, nicely hidden under this false floor. This false floor that gets nicely tucked away. So comment down below, what do you think then of the Mini electric design? Is it the originality of the shape? They've still kept the original Mini design. Haven't meddled too much about with that, so that's definitely a plus. And again, the headlamps, lovely design. And then this unique grille, you only get on this sort of model. It's but they've kept the shape of the grille quite similar to the older models. Again, wheels on that 17-inch wheels look amazing on the car. Really do make the car stand out. And there's the rear. Lovely looking hatch from the rear as well. You can see they've also put on the badging number 2, meaning it is a level 2. And this is one of my favourite features. The Union Jack flag. And that's a 3/4. And so the car's definitely grown in size anyway. It feels a lot bigger, which is a positive. We'll see on the interior part how that pans out. So comment down below what you think. So this is the key then. I love the shape. Very fitting with the design of the electric theme. However, if you put that in your pocket, then all you have to do, where the door handle is, there's a little button here, and it unlocks the car. Sorry, locks the car in that case. And we open up. This is what we're greeted with. Love the use here of soft touch materials, done really well. And this piano black accent that you get trim pieces. Going there, going there. And then you've got also some storage just at the bottom. You can put some stuff in there as well. Not huge, but you know, nicely done. And this is also nicely done as well. Nice and comforting. And then here we have the window switches, all your controls. Lock and unlock. And then we have a first peek inside. This is the cabin. As you can see, it's a lovely looking cabin. And then soon we'll be also having a look at the infotainment. And again, really nicely done. And then we'll also be having a look at the back. So this is a sport seats with cloth interior and leatherette on the outside. And I can already tell you that they're a joy to use. Sorry, joy to sit in. Absolute joy to sit in. So inside the Mini, well, first impressions, you can definitely see that there's a sense of, you know, high quality in here. The, you know, materials, you know, nice soft touch material, and everything is, it just looks really, really nice. They've kept the visibility as well to a good standard, which was always the great point from the Mini. And so if we just go through some of the controls, it's your general selection buttons. You've got your volume, you've got your phone. You can connect your phone with this and make calls. You can also speak to the car as well. Here you've got your cruise control buttons, nicely done. Now, as standard, you get the this sports leather steering wheel. Okay, I love these controls. This is your turning wheel for the infotainment screen, which we'll go into in a minute. But everything's laid out so well. This is your gear selector, cup holders, and then there's also a little bit of space there, which is nice as well. And then right underneath, a USB port and a 12-volt socket. So this button here is to do with your regen braking. I've been using that, which is fantastic. Stability button, so you can have that on and off depending what you want. And then over here you have your sport or your drive mode. Got yours on that side there. And then you've got your general controls there for your ventilation, your AC. So nicely done, very simple but effective. And then here it's a lovely 6.5 inch screen. And then what you can do here is then you can, with the wheel I'm just turning, you can, you know, adjust the situation how you want it. You've got the nav button that takes you to you know, setting your destination, all that sort of stuff. Then you've got your normal map, which is that. So they're lovely buttons to have here, because you can just literally, as you drive, you can then control these as and when, and it's very responsive as well. So there's no lag on this. It's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And this is the central screen, and you've then got, you know, My Mini, which you know, adds other things in here. So you've got vehicle settings, you've got system, you've got all that sort of stuff going on here. Because you can connect your phone with this as well. It's also touchscreen as well, so you can use it also as a touch.
Now, if you have any more questions regarding this car, or any car for that matter, I strongly advise you to go and ask to speak to Luca Scalzo, who will be more than happy to help you. Details and phone numbers of the dealership will be in the description.
So we are going to fire this up. Very simple. How you do it is you put your foot on the brake, is your start stop button. I just love it. You do that, and then you get all this come up. And you get this lovely screen. Okay, it's a 5-inch instrument panel, full digital screen, and you've got all your information on there. You've got your how much battery you've got left. You've got your speedometer in the middle. It's all digital. So before we go on to the driving part of the review, I just wanted to show you this reversing camera that I've been using. The resolution on this camera is absolutely amazing. It's so clear. I mean, you can just see exactly where you're going. There's no graininess. It really is amazing. Really surprised how great it is. And then you've got these, you know, the lines that you get for your directions. So there's plenty of help here from this camera. Really got to say that. And then over here, you've got this lovely image of the Mini with the your sensors at the back, your guide, how close you're getting to an object, and the acoustic warning as well. And this comes part of level 2 on the trim. Now we're going to go into the rear of the Mini. Now, something that's going to be interesting to see is done with the space. So there's a lever there, and you literally bring the seat forward. So at the back, this is my driving position. It can be a little on the snug side. It's doable, definitely doable. Just, I think if you're quite tall, you might have a few problems at the back here. You might have to negotiate with the driver to put the seat as far forward as possible. Other than that, the seats are so comfortable, really are amazing. This material, this leatherette with the cloth is so nice to sit in, really is. So features there, well, you see you've got a nice massive cup holder there. You've got this stereo speaker there on the side here as well. But other than that, this is you know, again, a nice cozy back seat. And you know, you just have to negotiate with the driver if you're a bit taller. But it'd be all right for short journeys. I think for short journeys, this is all right. Anything long, then you might have to go up in the range. So welcome to the drive part of the Mini Electric 3-door hatch. Really excited to be driving this car. First time I'm driving an electric car. Feels super strange. But as I'm driving it more, you get used to it. You really do. And you can really have some fun. So first of all, the seats. As they say, sport seat, they are. The bolstering on the side is not too aggressive, but holds you in. And that's what you need. You need, in this sort of car, with the sporting heritage, you need these sort of seats. And they're comfortable as well. We're just going to go and have a drive now on just residential roads. It's a 30 mile an hour zone. We're just going to see how the car behaves. First impressions, it's just how quiet it is. Really is a quiet car to be driving in. You don't hear anything because it's electric. It's electric motor. You just get a hum, like just a hum as you accelerate. When you do accelerate, it just goes. It's instant torque. The 270 newton meters of torque is there instantly. I love the screen as well. The digital display cluster, driver's display. It's clear, it's legible, all the information is there. So I really love that. The other thing as well is the ride. A massive improvement, especially over, say, the 2005 models, which was like the earlier ones. Really have improved. Instant torque, look at that, whoa. That was quick, that was the 30, and that was just literally not even putting the foot down fully. But yeah, going back to the ride. Now, ride has always been firm because of the sporty driving of the character of the car. And, you know, it does have, it still remains that though. They haven't changed, you know, it still has that, you know, stiffer suspension. They've engineered it though, that it's not jarring, where when you go over a pothole, you know, you feel everything. And I think that's a massive improvement. And it just shows you, you know, how much they've developed over the years in terms of ride comfort and the premiumness, you know, sporty car, but it's also premium. And so I think they've done a really good job with that. The other thing is this regen braking here, which there are two, you can slack it off, there's two levels and it's operated by switch. And literally you don't even need to put the brake. Like here, you know, no one's coming, I'm off. Accelerate, and I'm off. And as I let go, it slows the car down. The quicker you let go, the quicker it lets go. The quicker you let go of the pedal, the quicker it'll stop the car. So it's like one of those magnetic brakes, and therefore you only need to use the brake when you're actually coming to a full stop. So absolutely amazing, really is absolutely amazing to use. And that's again the savings that you get, because, you know, if you're not then using the brakes, it then means that you can keep your brakes longer without changing them. So that's definitely a plus. So the other thing is you've got the other feature is your screen in the middle here, your satellite navigation, and that's very clear to see. You've got the switch, your toggle wheel, so it's easy to zoom in and out, which is nice, and that's good if you're on the go. It is also touchscreen as well. Now when we come in, we can go. But yeah, this regen braking, absolutely fantastic. I actually love it, I really do love it. And you can control it, you know, but just depending on how quick you take your foot off, that's how it brakes. You obviously have to use the brake at some point, you know, but if you can use it like this, you're touching the brake very few times. Just gonna go around this roundabout, carry a bit more speed, and yeah. Yeah, the sporty driving is still there. The fun factor in this car is still there, which I love. I love the Mini because of this just direct steering. But at the moment we're in Green Plus. And it is absolutely going like a rocket. Absolute going like a rocket. So we're gonna go through. So Green Plus, we've got then Green, we've then got Mild, and so everything is made even more responsive. That's the difference between those modes. You've got Green Plus, you've got Green, you've got Mild, and then you've got the Sport, which is the ultimate mode. But you know, you've got the option, and that's what I love about the driving mode. You've got options to, you know, if you just want to potter around, you know, you're not doing the country, the back road driving, the twisty roads. Just potting around these residential roads, it's livable. It's livable because of the ride comfort being a lot better, and the overall sense is this is a bigger car. I find that this just seems a bigger car just by looking out, just by looking around me, bigger mirrors. It just feels like a bigger car than you know, than the older models. But it hasn't lost that character, and it's really dealing well with these bumps. And I think that the 17-inch wheels, I think they're just about right. I think that these give you the balance of sporty driving, size, with the comfort. Also done a great job with the sound insulation and the tyre roar as well. You don't really hear too much of that. Very you know, premium feeling vehicle to be driving in. The satellite navigation screen on this 6.5 is actually really clear, really bright. So you know, it's and you're not looking down too far down either. So it's line of vision is good. Seating position, again, because of these sport seats, you can adjust it depending on how you want to drive. But they really do make you, you know, feel that you're in a car which is definitely built for the enjoyment. Okay, on the practicality side, it still fits 2 small suitcases at the back, and you could, you know, carry for a short distance some friends, 2 friends at the back. So the features that we've got on the Mini is the ability to talk to the car. There's a little button here with speech, and I'm just going to activate it. What's the weather like?
Current weather at your location.
And so it comes up with the current weather in my location. And then here you can toggle them with the scroll wheel, all that information. Mini Connect then allows you to connect your phone, where you can do so much with that. It's unbelievable. With the Mini Connect, you can see the status of the car. For example, when you're
charging the car, you know, how much charge you've got in there left and all that sort of stuff. So we're gonna go on some faster roads now, see what the car's like. I tell you, it just picks up the instant torque. 7.3, 0 to 60 in 7.3. Almost, you know, it's getting to that Cooper S territory. That's petrol driven, but it's there. It's the performance. The performance is there. And this longer journey, again, you can put the cruise control. And then just let the car cruise. So if you're doing a longer journey, you can just allow the cruise control to kick in and do what it's got to do. I think this car's at its prime, definitely in the country roads, in the twisting, winding roads, and this setup especially definitely is there. That's where it's at home, and that's where it should be at home. It should be at home, because that's what the brands, you know, it's a sporting brand, the Mini, always known for that character, and I'm glad they've kept it in this new generation, but more importantly in an electric version. Another thing I also like is the visibility. Big windows, big mirrors, you know, blind spots, very few. You can really see what's going on around you, even from the rear view mirror. In terms of range, I mean, it does vary, obviously, depending on how you're driving. If you're always in sport mode, for example, and you're, you know, hammering the throttle all the time, then, you know, you're gonna deplete the battery a lot quicker, and therefore you're gonna have less miles. Now you might be thinking, Marina, that's all well and true, you know, driving around back roads, you know, having fun and all that. But what about if I want to go a bit further? What about if I want to go on the motorway, you know? So at the moment, there's a stretch here that you could then put in auto cruise and let that just run like you would normally do. One thing you have to be aware of is that on the 140 mile range, reality, you're always going to get less. You might look at, you know, 85, 90, something like that. Like you do with the, you know, petrol figures. They're never 100% right, but they try to get as close as they can to that. So if you are doing a long journey on the motorway, which is doable, you've obviously just got to bear in mind the round trip total mileage that you're going to be doing, and then obviously your speed as well, and all that sort of stuff, because that will affect battery consumption. You know, the faster you're going, a bit like a petrol or diesel. As long as you stick to those guidelines, you know, you could do a fair amount of distance on the motorway without any trouble. But you just have to put in consideration the range that you've got and how far you're going. We're going to probably be seeing a lot more charging stations at service stations as well. So that will then enable you to potentially go further, charge on the rapid charger, and then continue with your journey. So we'll see where that goes, but it's all doable. You just have to make sure, you know, you charge adequately for your journey. So if anyone says to you electric cars are boring, you know, all that sort of stuff, they're not. They're huge fun. The
potential here is huge, and I think we are definitely going this direction. I'm a big motoring enthusiast. I love petrol cars. I love all those sports cars. But driving this electric car and the fun that it's given me just brings home that one day we will be going into this permanently. And it's just easing into that. Just easing yourself into that new world. I hope this video has brought you some value, some insights of what the Mini Electric is like from an exterior, interior and a driving experience point of view. If you would like to find out more information, definitely check out the link to the Mini dealership in Reading. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon in the next video.